Today's job is to have a look at these prop shafts on this 110. Yeah, I took them both off, front and back. I've got to turn the front one round because it was on arse first. This is the back one. Just have a notice here about these circlips. This one's been changed before. That's the original type of circlip. This is an American type, but you can hear that's not good. And none of them have had a drop of grease in them. They're all dry. This one's not too bad. The slider is good. Slider on that one's good. But there was one of them that was a bit... Oh, it's that one, look. You see when you lift it up? It's all hard. You see that one's not too bad, that falls down on its own. I'm going to pull them out. I've got a pint of foamy nail just to chew me up. So I don't like doing prop shafts. Let me get this off. Whoa, look at those bad boys. Let's do this one first. Let's do the worst first. Because I've got a feeling they're going to be a nightmare to get out. Get some pliers because that's a different type. Yeah, you always destroy these getting them out. Ooh, that one came out, that won't go back in again. Oh, there, I'd call me a liar. But when the clips have sprung in, they've stayed in. If you see what I mean. I don't think they're going to go back in. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Right, we need a hammer and a stocket. Oh, no, there isn't. It's my cat bounding around upstairs. Right, we need to get the yolks off. See if we can do it the old primitive method. They're tight. I think we're going to have to get some freeing oil for those boys. The old cat's banging around upstairs, jumping around. We work these backwards and forwards. The reason I don't do them in the press is at one point I actually pressed them and I pressed them too tight and buggered them up. Usually, like I say, usually I'd just take them down to the shop to do them because I don't think these are going to come out. There's a grease nipple in here. Oh, wait a minute. One of them had no grease nipple in it. Oh, it was out of the prop. Let's see if we can get this one out first. See, these have never been touched for years. Never been touched. You know. Right, let's give it another squirt. And there. That's how it should go. Hey, real-time repairs, look. See? No grease. Let's open this one up. It's wet, but it's probably, most of that is probably from my penetrating oil. The same applies for this flange, or this yoke. The problem with these is, this isn't square. I was going to get JP, if you can see there, look. It's machined like an angle, so it makes it really tricky to get out. I don't know if we can get it out. Let's see. Again, working backwards and forwards. Whoa, there's a big socket. Good call, Mike. Fell to bits. Look, no grease. You have only got yourself to blame if your Land Rover falls apart. Right, that dry as a bone. That was the back one, wasn't it? The oil seal's getting chapped up. You know something? I bet you we haven't got any of these in stock. I bet you I haven't got them. Well, these are buggered in there now. Look at that, dry, dry, dry. All it would take is a regular greasing and then you wouldn't have to do this. I'm going to take all the rest of them out. I am not going to take off the splines, you know, like the sliders, to keep them as they were, but we're going to clean all this lot off. That takes time, but first of all what I'm going to do is have a look at these here, because I need to get some measurements. There were so many different types of universal joints fitted to these, so what we have to measure is the diameter of here and the height of here. It's very crucial, otherwise you won't get your circlips back in. So let's clean up. There's going to be a bit of time, but never mind. Well, after 3/4 of an hour of hammering and swearing, I've got the universal joints off. I've got another one here to show you. Dry as a bone. Look at that. No grease on it at all. See the grease hole's blocked? Never been greased. All of them were like that. Next tip. I'm going to clean these off with a steam cleaner first because they're full of mud. But the thing is, how do you clean the groove out? Well, I don't use a scraper. I use a Dremel. But if you look very closely, if you can see there, if it focuses in, I put 2 blades on. You only want low speed. Clean any damage in that circlip groove. You see what I mean? That'll save you a lot of time. Right, let me get these cleaned up and we'll see if we've got any universal joint. Finish off inside after using the Dremel to cut the grooves out a little bit. Not cut the grooves out, but clean them up and take the rust out. I put one of those little flap wheels on. That's like a 80 grit. I think it's 80 or 120, it doesn't really matter. But it just polishes the bores out and takes any burrs and grooves off, because you know, like knocking one out, you knock one out from the top through the bottom and then you have to knock it backwards again. Well, you can actually hit this inner part here and it can put a burr on it. Right, enough of that. Let's go and do some washing. Well, naturally I went through my collection of universal joints and I don't have any at all. These are supposed to be 75mm on this shaft. The shaft's at 75mm, but All I seem to have is the great big ones. I don't know where they've all come from. There's loads and loads of them. Look at them with the box skulls in them. They're all 75mm. I think people give me them, you know, because they've been playing around with their own shafts, if you see what I mean, and order parts from Europe and they find out they're too big. So that's put that job on hold until we get some shaft. What else? Oh yeah, we're stuck for wheel bearings as well. I could actually buy the wheel bearings at our local parts supplier, like our local bearing shop. But man, they want so much for them, it's unbelievable. The customer wouldn't, I don't think they'd pay. So we're thwarted again. Because you see, I don't know if you could, I've got the bearings here, look, just while I'm on at it. You can see how rust has got into this bearing once it's been washed off. I know it's the cage, I know it's not important, but we don't know what's inside this inner race. And when I was inspecting this one, for example, let's see, you've got things like that. Can you see? The bearings start to chip off. Well, what happened to that piece of chip? Where did it go? So